All right, so explaining this because I'm always praying, and God was basically like explain to them the whole what's going on in May type of thing, and I've been wondering myself, kind of just enduring through it, and the rapture, the word rapture was never and is never and has never been mentioned in the Bible. That's more of a human conclusion that people came to. It's a separation, and it's been happening for the last 3.5 years in terms of what man can understand in terms of measurements of movement, which you call time, I guess. So it's really about people have made choices in their life without the concept being taught to them, or possibly it was taught to them and they did it anyway, that have led to them being not as happy as they could be. And God is basically just fixing things. That's all that's really happening. And for some, it is turning into a whole bunch of events that are happening in their life as far as doors being closed on relationships, careers, basically pulling God's people off of a path that they were about to walk off. And that's involved a lot of different things. One thing is people's spirits have manifested inside of them, mostly. Their spirits are being brought out into the open for those that they call themselves empaths or other things like that. There's a lot of human terms, but it's always going to go back to the Bible for your answers. So everybody has a spirit inside them. That spirit kind of dictates how you think, how you view things, how you act. And then it gives ideas pretty much to your mind. And then if your mind agrees with what your spirit is saying, you'll usually follow it. So a lot of people are basically revealing who they are as far as the emotions and thought processes that they have. And this indicates how close they are to a relationship with Jesus Christ. And the separation has kind of already happened. And a lot of people that are close to Jesus Christ won't be able to really understand the thought processes of a lot of people. They're just going to sit there and be like, this is so foreign. I don't understand why things can't be brought to your attention. As far, it seems like it's making perfect sense to me. But they are spirits that have kind of refused to, amen, accept that this has to do with my departure from this date. Hold on. And then when people don't follow the Holy Spirit, that's also going to make things more difficult for you. I was referring to all of the states. And I want to put a smiley face just to, because I don't. If people took the time to kind of slow down and be like, what does God want me to do in this situation? Things would be a lot easier for everyone. And that's kind of why I teach that so much, because people make their lives harder than they have to be. And the door is getting closed for me in this state. I already saw it close. So I'm not fighting it. I'm just like, okay, well, I've been here for a long, long time in this state, planting seeds and harvesting. And that's what I've been doing. And God's been like closing the door on this state. So I'm not really getting a choice in the matter, which is really, that's not a bad way to live your life. If God closes the door, you just like, okay, well, there's nothing that I'm supposed to have behind that door. God has something better for me over here, and why would I not go that way? So that's basically what's happening. A lot of people are getting a spiritual awareness, and it's transcending religion entirely. That's pretty much the plan there, is so that people get back to having an individual relationship with Jesus Christ. Because what a lot of spirits are doing is kind of hiding from Jesus Christ, and they're relying on the preachers and pastors to give them a reason to feel like they are still going to be saved, basically. And you need the preachers to confirm what God is saying. That's their main role. And people are hearing two sides to their situation. They're hearing what God told them to do, and then they're hearing what they want to believe. And that's a very confusing situation to be in. So that's why it's very important, once God tells you to do something and you have your own personal relationship with Jesus Christ, just do it. You'll thank God for doing it later, because you understand that God's only going to tell you something if it's for your good. And right now what's happening is the same situation with Noah's Ark. But it's not water that's flooding the earth. It's more spiritual thing, where a lot is happening in the spiritual realm, to where you need to be around people that are like you. Light spirits need to be around light spirits. Less light spirits need to be around less light spirits. And that's really what's going on, because the light spirits will be able to rest and trust, which a lot of people are having problems with right now because of the choices they've made. And then the less light spirits will want to be light spirits. It's going to work out. Case in point, the entire list is 70 pages long. That's why I can't just send, because it lists every employee there. Okay, I don't need 70 pages. I need her to basically, which one feels like God she should send. I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Here's what the Spirit's telling me to say. Okay, thank you. Could we start with 3? Screenshots. Alright, so I'm directing her. Alright, take a screenshot. Send 3. I'll go through those as I'm led step by step. And then when the Spirit confirms the state I'm supposed to go to, I will have confirmation and be making plans from there. I'm not going to worry about something that's already done. And then I also know that it's going to get done either way, so there's not, I'm thankful more for the movement on it. I'm thankful more for the fact that I'm actually having a conversation with someone so that I can get back to the adventure that God has for me. And that's how people need to be viewing their lives. That's pretty much what's happening. I've already preached on the rapture as far as man can understand it, but that's really all I was advised to reveal at this time, praying and letting the Holy Spirit speak through me. So I love you.